Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, October 26, 2018, 1:12 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic, guys, I mentioned this to you the other day about prophecy I'm hearing from this Romanian guy that said that America would burn in an hour. And I'm going to tell you where I heard that. Now, I went straight to the Romanian to hear this, but they were, he was speaking in Romanian and they were translating in English. And, you know, I can't keep up with that. To watch a man talk and hear his voice, had they put him on silent and then interpret, then that would have been okay, but they didn't. So it's hard for me to listen to that. So therefore, I go to one called the Prophecy Club. And this one is titled Mexico Caravan Hurricane Signs America's Fall or Falls Stand. I'll put that down in the box below. Just a lot, to me, is gibberish, really, the way he's labeled it and tagged it, but it's called the Prophecy Club, and it was published on October 24. So he's telling now of his wife's many visions. He said that she's had hundreds over the years. And he said, I have to say, honey, will you give me one today? You know, that I don't know. Because I hear from Kim Clements, which he passed away in December of 16, by the way. But he was here long enough to see Trump get elected. And then Mark Taylor, the fireman. So hearing what those two have to say, I'm trusting what they're saying is true. That Trump will be here 2 terms, that he'll make so many appointments to the Supreme Court, and that seems to be progressing. And a number of things that he's done that they said he would do and has already come to pass. Well, then over here, I'm hearing the Prophecy Club not even talking about anything that Trump is doing. You keep talking about America's going to be destroyed, starting off with this group coming out of Mexico and Guatemala, San Salvador, El Salvador, Belize, Nicaragua, and I'm sure, a few other little places around there so tiny that, like British Honduras, so tiny that they're hardly worth mentioning. But this group of people getting together and they're coming this way. And I just also heard, but there was no details on it, that a massive 5.0 hurricane, or category 5, I apologize, is slamming into Mexico on the below Baja California, down below it. So about halfway between Baja California and where this caravan is of people coming down. And it's going through there. But let me tell you what I think about those hurricanes that hit. They said it can get up to 19 inches of rain in places. And some peak places may get more than that. That's horrible. But this guy is given this prophecy that hordes and hordes of Mexicans are coming this way because of hurricanes that keeps battering them. He said they'd go clear across the country. Now get this, clear across the country and go into southern Texas. Now that's where I've got a problem. I don't doubt a storm will go across that country and get into Texas. But let me tell you where I have this problem. You got the Rocky Mountains that comes out of Canada part of it come out of Alaska. It's like a V, but the Rocky Mountains from Montana come out of the Canadian Rockies through the United States, and the Rocky Mountains continue. Now, it's not called the Rocky Mountains, but it's a continental divide that goes through lower Texas right about Marfa, Texas. This is the head of the Big Bend Park. Now, you're a mile high right there. In fact, you're at 6,000 feet right there. That's high. And so this Rocky Mountain chain continues all the way into Mexico, retaining that height of a mile high plus. And it stays that high, going all the way past Mexico City and then dying out before it gets to the coast, just about where that caravan is. Now, talking about the height of those mountain chains there, look at the volcano that's just north of Mexico City that's popping its cork every few days, and it's shooting to 20,000, 22,000 feet. This is a big volcano, so it's got to be on a fairly high mountain, wouldn't you think? That's part of that same mountain chain that goes through there. Now, when you get a hurricane that's coming off of the Pacific, which is rare, but we already been slammed in Hawaii 2 times or 3, 2 of them bad, 1 not so bad. And then Mexico, this is like the 3rd time on it. This one, I have not heard any news except it's hitting, it's category 5, and it's bringing 19 inches of rain. I can't find anything on it. And but here's my problem. How's that thing going to cross that mountain chain and stay intact? Look, that mountain chain, there's snow on top of that thing. In Mexico, you wouldn't think you'd go to Mexico and run into snow, but yes, a long area, long distance, that volcano is full of snow. So you got snow. Well, what does that got to do with the price of beans in China? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the price of beans in China. But it's got a lot to do with that cold air up there. That cold air is like hitting a stone wall. When you have a hurricane that's warm air hitting a cold wall, it stalls it. So this is what I'm complaining about right now. The Prophecy Club and their prophecies, and then the Trump prophecies. I believe the Trump prophecies. That's the route I'm going. And I believe that hurricane, although it's a massive 5, category 5, I believe when it hits the mountains, it's going to hit that cold air. And that cold air is going to shear the entire top off of that hurricane. That's what I believe. And let's hope so. Jody Wolf Expoz.